Yo, what up, it's Don.
Sammy here.
Soul Brothers back up in it with a performance review.
This is the Pro Vision, a budget basketball shoe from Adidas, incorporating bounce cushion. And earlier in the season, John Wall was seen playing in these, and I think a few other NBA players were playing in these as well. It is $110. It's not on their site anymore, and I feel like it'll be available soon on the US side. But anyways, let's get started with the review. So starting off with the Tracciones, full-on herringbone.
Gum herringbone.
Gum herringbone. You would think it would be nice. It's pretty nice. It really bad on dust though. I mean, okay, so on the clean court, it has a really good bite. It's very squeaky. But then on a dusty court, like if there's even a little bit of dust present, you're gonna be sliding out like crazy. It's really dangerous. It picks it up fast, and it is a pretty easy wipe though. So you just do like a pretty slight wipe, but you have to do it really frequently, even if there's a little bit of dust on the court. So dust, really bad, and it's dangerous on dust as well. So if you don't mind wiping like every single play, then you should be okay on dust. But you just gotta keep wiping, or else you're gonna slip out and it's gonna be a little bit dangerous. Clean court, it's good. Outdoor use should be okay. I mean, it is a pretty soft pliable rubber, but it is pretty thick. So outdoor use should be okay. But overall traction, especially, you know, since we play on a really dusty court, usually it was really bad. And I slid out a good amount of times and just couldn't get a great stop sometimes. So traction was actually a pretty big disappointment, because, you know, when I tried on my wood floors, I thought it was gonna be nice, you know.
Yeah, sliding out is not good.
It's not fun.
That's really not good. So, moving on to the cushion, what is this, bounce?
Yes, it's a bounce cushion. So court feel is actually really good. The cushion looks thick, but it's mostly just coming up on the sidewall to contain you. There's a little bit of a heel compression, not too much, but like it's actually pretty plush, you know, like jumping around in it. Impact protection is actually really nice. Not crazy bounce though, not a lot of bounce, which I like. I don't like to have too much bounce in my cushions. I like more, you know, responsiveness. And to have my cushion a little bit stiff, on the stiffer side. But yeah, not a lot of bounce, a little bit of heel compression, everything I like in the cushion setup. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Nothing too crazy though. If you're looking for like a bouncy, you know, really springy bounce cushion, then you're not gonna get it here. So I enjoyed it. So there's that. Materials,
They got this paper felt material on the toe.
Yeah, pretty shitty materials as far as quality goes. But on foot, it's actually pretty nice. You know, like the toe, it's actually very thin, very pliable, conforms to your foot, but doesn't stretch at all. You have some mesh here in the tongue, and basically a textile material in the midfoot area, and all that extends all the way into the heel area. And you have this wing piece as well that also acts as eyelets. I'd say it gets the job done. You know, not the most premium feeling materials in hand, but that's not what we're, you know, concerned about. We're concerned about performance. But overall materials, they get the job done. So there's that. Moving on to the fit. Go true to your Adidas size. Just if you're a wide footer, watch out, because it is pretty narrow and there is really no toe space. It's actually really tight on the toe, which I like, because as I started to break it in, it started to stretch out a little bit, and it fits my foot really nicely right now. So I love how it fits my foot, which is pretty narrow and I guess thin this way. But if you're a wide/thick footer, then you should probably stay away from this. But for me, fit was really nice. And I also like how easy it is to put on. It kind of reminds me of like the LeBron 16s, because like you see you see how, look at that. Look at the tongue.
Yeah.
See how open this spot is right here?
Yeah, the tongue like sits on top
Yeah.
of the upper. It's like the opposite of how a normal tongue is.
Yeah, so it like opens up like more than halfway, you know? So it's really easy to slip on, tighten up the laces, but also lockdown, I guess kind of segueing into lockdown. Lockdown is also really nice. You have Achilles pillows in the heel, which keep you locked in, and also it feels really comfortable on the Achilles. Not really sliding around anywhere inside the shoe. Lateral containment is also really nice. Materials are supportive, so yeah, you're not going to be sliding around in the footbed or anything. So support in lockdown was A+. Yeah, it was actually really nice. Moving on to the weight, it is 11.85 ounces. Pretty damn light. It feels light on foot. The only thing is it's a little bulky. You know, not too crazy, but like the midsole is a little chunky in the heel area. But overall, it's a pretty minimal feeling shoe. I guess you can kind of compare it to Kyrie's. You know, Kyrie's are pretty minimal feeling, I guess, on foot, but it's a little chunky in the midsole. So that's kind of how it feels. Responsive. It's a really responsive shoe. The lockdown is good. Cushion is responsive. The only problem is that traction, especially on dust. So just watch out for that. Moving on to comfort. It's a pretty comfortable shoe. I mean, the bounce cushion is pretty plush. Not a lot of bounce or compression, but it's actually pretty comfortable to walk around in. And materials and fit are actually pretty nice. So
this insole is despicable even for an Adidas paper stock insole.
Exactly.
I mean, this is straight garbage.
Yes.
Step-in comfort is not fantastic with that, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I like Adidas cushions.
Yeah.
So the insoles don't really bother me from Adidas because it helps to, you know, it helps me feel the cushion a little bit more. Because if it was a really thick Orsolite insole, I think it would be a little bit harder to feel the bounce cushion, you know. But yeah, step-in comfort isn't the best though. You know, it would definitely help if the insole was a little bit thicker. Moving on to ventilation, it actually wasn't that bad. You know, even though the toe area really doesn't have any ventilation, the tongue actually opens up and it's kind of like an aerated mesh. And then on the side you have more of like a textile material which wicks away the moisture. So ventilation wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So it's actually a pretty cool shoe. Durability should be good. I feel like I feel like it should be good. There are crease marks on the bounce cushion, but other than that, it looks pretty good. But I guess there's a few crease marks as well on the toe for the suede, synthetic suede material. But anyways, other than that, durability seems like it's going to be good.
What about break-in time?
Break-in time? No, not really. I mean, I guess the materials do break in a little bit, but it's pretty soft right when you get it. So not a lot of break-in time. Cushion, not really. And traction, it was actually really good right out the gate besides on dust. Dust never really broke in, so there's that. But wrapping things up, $110. I mean, dude, this would have been a solid performer had it not been for the traction. I would have loved playing these, man. So I mean, if you're playing on the clean court, these should be really nice. But if you're playing on a slightly, like, even if there's a speck of dust court, just stay away from this. I mean, even if you do wipe a lot, if there is a good amount of accumulation, I guess if like you don't have time to wipe during, like, you know, a play or something, and like the play is long or whatever, you're gonna slide out and it's gonna be dangerous. That was my only gripe. And traction is the most important aspect of a performance basketball shoe for me, so I can't really recommend it. Yeah, and $110 is a really good price too.
Yeah. Very
disappointed in that. So I can't really recommend this to you guys, especially if you think traction is really important to you. There's some people that, you know, I guess your play styles, traction isn't that as important. I guess maybe like the fit or cushion would be a little bit more important. So I guess if that's the case, then yeah, this is a good shoe. But for me, traction is the most important, so I can't recommend it to you guys. But that's it. That's the performance review. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next one.
Later.